Hi everyone, welcome back. And in the previous video, two videos, we've been talking about the trust networking. So in this video, we're also gonna talk about the networking and conclude this part. And after that, we will move towards the second part of the this presentation. Trust networking routing prefixes are sometimes hijacked either due to configuration errors or by malicious intent. Convergence can take a long time, leading to limited availability of the carrier services. The quality of service over a wide area remains an unsolved problem. So there are two scenarios where either due to configuration errors, the routing prefixes are uh, there's a problem, and either it's hijacked or by uh, some parties involved and they have malicious intent. So convergence takes a long time because due to a very interconnected complex architecture, this is it takes a long time to handle. So the quality of service over a wide area remains an unsolved problem. So I think in 6G this problem is will escalate, but the its management and its uh, tracking and its monitoring will also be improved as well because the due to all all interconnected, everything is going to be interconnected in 16. It's not just going to be related to humans because human beings are just are will be going to be a part of the 6G, but it will not be the only part. A more trustworthy routing solution is needed for the internet and the PDNs to which 6G will connect. This is also expected. So, in this part of the trust networking, we talked about what are the scenarios, what are the features of trust networking, what is already available, and what is 6G is going to what 6G has been promising, and what will actually be delivered in terms of trust networking, and what will be what are the challenges still the 6G might have to face. So for the second part of the network secure is the in this presentation is related to network security architecture and the cryptographic technology. First of all, the network security architecture, as the name implies, in the first part we talked about the trust networking, and we were doing networking with the building trust, and now we are going to look at the security aspects of the network architecture, and after that we will also see the what it actually involves is cryptographic technologies and what will be used in 6G, and what are the next advanced state of the art security technologies, and cryptographic technologies available or will be available. So, in a network security architecture, the security model in 5G is still fundamentally reliant on SIM cards that we a system on SIM cards that we actually use in our mobile phones. They still need to be plugged into the device, which limits their applicability. Um, but in 5G, in 6G, this I think this will change because iSIMs which are under development could be a part of the system on chip concept in future devices that is related to 6G as well. The authentication, confidentiality, and integrity for such communication is provided by transport layer security. Authentication is that when a communication takes place, first the users, first the devices, the network actually sees that if the other party, if the communication taking place is actually authenticate as well, or if there is some type of attack, possibility of attack. So after that, comes confidentiality. Confidentiality means that securing the data from any attack, from eavesdropping, getting spoofed. And integrity means that the nodes by which the communication is taking place are legitimate, are integrity proof, integrity. Because for such communication is provided by transport security. TLS is actually used in is an encryption method is used in uh, web browsing. When we browse the internet, HTTPS, this is the advanced form of SSL, and HTTPS uses this TLS, and this transport layer security uses elliptic curve cryptography, ECC. However, this has not been yet been deployed and can be left for 6G. This is I think this will be an extra feature for 6G, and contemporary symmetrical cryptography will remain secure for the most part even after the advent of quantum computing. Okay, so quantum computing is uh, it's completely different because the architecture involved in computing is entirely different than we actually use in normal routines. So, and it's millions of times, or not, if not then 1,000 times faster than normal computers. So, before the right now, it's not even commercialized, and it's not already being used on daily basis. So, the contemporary symmetric cryptography is still secure, but it will suffice to double the size of asymmetric keys due to Groover's algorithm. And this will take time, because up to 10 to 15 years is also expected to for the quantum computing to mature, and after that it's still gonna take time for the quantum computing to be commercialized, and after that it will be localized, and even normal people can use. So it is in terms of decades, but and for that 6G, after that it might be 7G or 8G, who can say. So for now these contemporary symmetric cryptography methods are secure. Why is quantum computing important for 6G? The security architecture of 6G will be more complex because everything is included and is going to be interconnected, dominated by current transport layer security standards, and will be increasingly dependent on the PKI, public key primitives. Sorry, uh, public PKI. There are public key primitives which are quantum safe, but these include, for example, code-based encryption schemes such as Michaelis and lattice-based NTRU, but their efficiency is poor and the key sizes are very large. For Internet of Things devices and devices that are extremely limited in power resources, in hardware, and in processing, and in battery life, so these are are not suitable at all. Research is needed to identify the correct application for post-quantum secure cryptography in order to satisfy the envisioned performance and functionality of the 6G architecture. These are the challenges even in 6G is going to be facing in the future. So why is quantum computing important for 6G? Now this is an important point. Quantum computing, because in post-quantum, there is post-quantum safe cryptography. We have quantum resistive networking hardware, quantum key distribution, and quantum based attacks, for example cloning attacks, collision attacks, for example. And in quantum computing in 6G, we gonna have because quantum is as I said earlier, it's 1,000 times in the least is better than normal computing which we have right now. So if we utilize these aspect in terms of cryptography, and in terms of resisting as a security feature, and in terms of key distribution, then this is a very desired feature. But if this is used again as an opposite, as an attack based, so this can be actually the downfall as well. So it has its merits and demerits, but it's still not, it's still in a theoretical phase, and let's see what will happen in the future and in the coming 6G technology and beyond. Software and artificial intelligence define security in beyond 5G and 6G. Security algorithms will be able to use machine learning to identify attacks and respond to them in an optimal way. This feature, it's not in 5G, but in 6G, this feature is going to be highly desirable and sought after, and it's going to be implemented, I think, on a very large scale, because if the security algorithms are intelligence in their own way inherently, then this actually saves the time and resources to identify the attacks and respond them in an optimal way. And intelligent security functions in containerized VNF boxes will monitor traffic in 6G residing in gateways to scan the traffic using continuous deep learning on packet and byte level, and applying machine learning on to enforce policies as well as detect, contain, mitigate, and prevent threats or active attacks. I think this is a very profound procedure, a profound way for by you for using intelligent security functions uh, that are intelligent and that are using deep learning and machine learning uh, uh, languages in on a packet and byte level, because you can, if you go further beyond, then there is nothing left to, I think, to implement on, because packet and byte level are the safest and are the most unsecure. So applying these policies to on byte level, which can, this can be actually detect, contain, mitigate, and prevent threats before they even take place. This is actually a very uh, secure method in the 6G to be implemented. Software 6G total automated zero touch and trust security with zero touch for all north south, outbound, inbound traffic for an east west air from container to another cloud traffic must be checked with AI based machine learning for threat detection, prevention, containment, where the network can be treated as giant firewall that integrates the following security functions: access security, cloud security, and orchestration or platform security. So AI with the machine learning, it is going to be because 6G is going to be totally automated. So the AI can be used very efficiently, very easily. So with based on machine learning, the threat can be detected and prevented and contained within that area, that scenario, and can network can be treated as a giant firewall, because 6G is totally interconnected. So guys, this is for this video, and in this video I talked about the network technology, security technologies, architecture, and cryptographic technologies. And be sure to watch the next video as well. Thank you.